The longest Tissot Superpole race of the season, 50.77 kilometres. Go! Petrucci with a good start from the middle row of the grid. Bautista will hug the inside, and Petrucci's going to be sandwiched there in between two bikes, so he's unable to make progress. It's Nicolo Bulliger sweeping across the bows of Andrea Iannone to cover him off for the race lead coming off turn two. Bautista with a solid start in third position. Alex Lowe's at the moment in fifth place. He's got clear of Andrea Locatelli, and there goes Razgat Lioglu. Not a good initial jump from Toprak, but already starting to weave his way through. A little bit wide there on the tail now of Alex Lowe's. He's up into sixth place.
Yeah, Lowe's and Razgat Lioglu made bad initial jumps off the line, but you can see here on lap one, both of them trying to make their progress. Toprak down the inside into seven. That's going to give Locatelli a chance.
Toprak Razgat Lioglu then with the four Ducatis now directly in front of him. Bulliger, Iannone, Bautista and Petrucci, your early leaders. Razgat Lioglu with that slow start has given him a little bit more work to do. You saw him yesterday make swift progress into the podium positions. A little bit harder for him in the Superpole race here.
Yeah, the 10-lap Superpole race is really a case where everyone goes out there and gives everything they've got for the full duration. So for Razgat Lioglu, he can't really afford to give himself too much ground to make up.
We do expect to see them scrapping against one another, though, these four Ducatis up at the head of the field, as we did yesterday, and that might present the opportunity for Razgat Lioglu to get on terms. There he is, making his way through on Danilo Petrucci as they come through turns 14 and 15. Opportunity here then for Toprak Razgat Lioglu as they come through turns 4 and 5. But Bautista holding the line for the moment at least.
Alvaro really good in that section as well to be able to keep Toprak behind him. He's thinking about getting through an Iannone at this stage.
Bautista needs to get through quickly here on Andrea Iannone because Toprak is going to have him for breakfast this morning in towards turn 7. Razgat Lioglu up into the podium places.
Good thing for Toprak is, well, he's not breaking into those corners and running a little bit wide like he did yesterday. He looks a lot more confident in the front end in today's race.
Alex Lowe's up ahead of Danilo Petrucci there for 5th position, so we didn't see what happened between the two of them, but Lowe's has managed to make a place.
The gap between Razgat Lioglu and Bulliger, our race leader, stretched out to a second now as well. So for Toprak, he needs to come through in Iannone and then see what his pace is like to be able to bridge that gap.
Bulliger, meanwhile, 0.6 of a second clear of Iannone, who's about to lose this place as Razgat Lioglu leapfrogs him in towards the chicane, turn 12. Iannone will try to answer back on the back straights. He's got to tuck in as close to Razgat Lioglu as he can through turns 14 and 15. And all the while, Alvaro Bautista with a sniff of the podium places as well. And Bautista with a surprise lunge down the inside of turn 15. That will have taken Iannone by surprise. And Bautista with the acceleration now off turn 15 and down the back straight. He will bid to hold on to this third position. Iannone ducks the inside but can't recover the place. And that's some good work from Alvaro Bautista. Big moment for Alex Lowe's, and Lowe's comes to grief on the exit of turn 1 in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, big moment on the exit there. Lowe's tried to save it, almost saved it twice, and then a heavy high side for him. Good to be able to see Lowe's walk away from that one. Look, he was just a little bit wide through the corner, and well, he started the slide very early in that, so just couldn't quite catch it.
This is lap number 3. We're riding on board with Nicolo Bulliger, looking back at Toprak Razgat Lioglu. Razgat Lioglu with his eyes firmly fixed here on the race lead, and he's got an opportunity into the braking zone of turn 16 on lap 3. And Razgat Lioglu reasserts himself at the front of the field. Bulliger back at him on the inside line, carrying the tighter run through 16 and 17. This will give Razgat Lioglu the advantage and the momentum now, heading towards turn 1. Start of lap 4. Nicolo Bulliger desperate to make up points on Toprak Razgat Lioglu after losing 20 yesterday, and he stands to gain 3 in this Superpole race, but only if he can hold back the man who's bidding for this world title in 2024. Toprak Razgat Lioglu, 5 times winner in the Tissot Superpole race in 2024. It is Nicolo Bulliger who leads the Superpole race here in Aragon. Lap 3, Razgat Lioglu made his move down the inside into turn 16, and Nicolo Bulliger answered straight back. Lap 4 is a carbon copy, and again, Nicolo Bulliger leads onto the start-finish straight at the beginning of lap number 5. Razgat Lioglu with the slipstream then, heading in towards turn 1, has already ducked to the inside. It is the heaviest braking zone on the circuit, and that's where Toprak tends to excel, and he has got clear going into turn 2. Alvaro Bautista then has closed the gap to just 1/10 of a second as they came through the speed trap and in towards turn 16. Bulliger still right on the tail of Razgat Lioglu as well. 3/10 of a second covering your lead trio, and here goes Bulliger to recover the race lead where a lap ago Razgat Lioglu passed him into turn 1. Bulliger now gets his revenge, and Bautista, this is playing into his hand.
Toprak though, he's just that little bit closer now. Let's see whenever he comes through the reverse corkscrew at turn 9, if he's just that bike length or two closer to Buliga. Buliga is really strong through the long left-hander. So for Toprak, this is the key area. You can see they're right on the rear wheel, almost making contact there. So for Toprak, he is getting closer and closer. But look at Buliga here, and he just seems to stretch out on the exit of this corner.
Buliga was a little bit hot into turn 8. It compromised his exit from turn 9. Razgatlioglu almost alongside him through turn 10, but not close enough into turn 12.
Yeah, the Ducati's just able to use a little bit less road really than the BMW. It's using less track, and those extra couple of meters the Toprak has to cover, they just cost you that chance maybe to be a little bit closer, but he's so much faster right now.
Toprak closer still as they make their way through turn 14, and now he makes his jab up the inside into turn 15. Buliga's got to answer straight back here as they come down the back straight. Razgatlioglu is able to break clear, and Bautista with the run now against his teammate, and it will be Toprak Razgatlioglu who assumes the lead with just over 2 laps to go in the Superpole race.
You can see Toprak's able to stretch out a little bit of a lead in the first half of the lap, but the Ducati's just bounced straight back onto him from the exit of turn 9 down in towards turn 12. So for the Ducatis, they're still very much in position.
Bautista through into turn 15. The last race victory for Alvaro Bautista was the Tissot Superpole race at the Dutch round in April. Nicolo Buliga, the Superpole race winner in Magny-Cours, and Toprak Razgatlioglu, who's had most of the 10-lap sprint victories this season so far, leads the way, but with a tiger on his tail now in Alvaro Bautista.
It's a downhill entry into turn 14. You carry more and more momentum through there. This is where Bautista's tried it.
Through for the race lead into turn 15. Can Razgatlioglu answer straight back for his first ever race victory here in Motorland Aragon? Track specialist at this venue, Alvaro Bautista, has had to bide his time, but he's made his way through on Buliga. He's made his way through on Razgatlioglu. He covers the line into turn 16 superbly, chops the nose of Razgatlioglu, and it will be Alvaro Bautista leading them off the final turn for the final time. 161 days since his last WorldSBK win. The modern Motorland master is back on top. Alvaro Bautista wins the Tissot Superpole race at the Tissot Aragon round, ending a run of 20 winless rides. Toprak Razgatlioglu over the line for second place. His wait for victory at this venue continues, but he does once again extend his series lead over Nicolo Buliga, who takes third. Separate races further down the order. Andrea Iannone will be on the second row of the grid for race 2 this afternoon, along with Garrett Gerloff and Danilo Petrucci. Third row for Iker Lecuona, Michael van der Mark and Xavi Vierke. But this morning's Tissot Superpole race was all about that trio of Bautista, Razgatlioglu and Buliga, and it's Alvaro Bautista who's back on top.